Hey there. No, that's not how it goes. I can't even remember what that looks like exactly. That's like flailing, flailing. I think, right? How are you doing tonight? I'm still warming up. Waking up. Anyways, let's get some weight on this thing. All right. So the first weights I put on, I gotta be careful that the thing doesn't fall over. Okay. There. Now it'll be more stable from now on. So what's for breakfast? Nothing like waking up and then your first meal of the day. All right. Time to start lifting. Good. So I'm not putting the weight through the ceiling, which is nice. This ceiling's actually a little bit lower than at the last place. Easy peasy. This song's got funk. I had a bench around here. No, it's over there. I might do. I actually almost prefer not to have this thing. That way I can put the weight down over here and then have more room to almost do supersets. This song is called On Fire by JJ Grey and more Mofro. It's got a funk. It's one of those songs where you just like start sauntering down the street, hey, like back in like the 80s. I think it's the 80s. All right, next set. I actually have my phone here. I can actually watch chat from here if I remember how to get to it. And then here, click on myself, click on myself. There. Now I have chat open. I hate how the way looks crooked instead of not directly in front of the camera. Let's start adding some weight. Yeah, it looks like that, but it's not. It's a optical illusion. Because even now, if you look, the camera, this side is higher than this one. But it frustrates me. So what I'll do is I'll lift it up and I'll start to orient myself so that it looks a little bit better. But that optical illusion annoys me just a little bit. Wait, and go. Yeah, I'm going to try bench pressing with the squat rack later and my travel bench. The weight can only go up to about here, so it's a little bit awkward to push, as opposed to with my actual bench press unit. I have to keep my hands a little bit narrower, but at the same time, it's a better grip where I can extend and then put it back. For this one, I'm gonna, like when I bench press, the hardest part is actually going to put it back and rack. We'll see how it goes. If it becomes a pain in the butt, I'll put it away. But pioneering new workouts here just because my bench press unit is bulky and it just takes up a lot of space. With this, I'd be able to clear up my workout room, which I still don't have a desk for. I was supposed to get a desk for it the other day, this weekend, but the person who was selling it ended up selling it to somebody else first, so I lost my opportunity. My computer filters out all the songs, but if I turn it up, then it ends up muting my VODs later. And I review all my workouts after, check my form, and critique myself. I'm gonna add some more weight to this thing. How are you doing tonight? Let's add some weight. Uh-oh. What am I doing? Alright. So that's staying good. Oh. Now I'll get my I don't know if it's adversity as opposed to I don't know. Monkey with a stick. What can you do with it? My music is a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down so I can hear myself think. All right, next set. I've been taking rather long sets, breaks between sets. The goal is not to pinch my hands when I put this thing back, because there's not a lot of room between this and where my hands actually want to go. And make sure I'm in the center. Oh, easy. I probably should have warmed up my wrist first. So work's picked up a little bit. I was finishing up all the tasks for the first time since the pandemic, and I was probably about 4 hours from having no work to do, and then a whole bunch of work got plopped on my desk. So I've got another week's worth of work before I gotta look for anything else. I'm gonna get this thing out of here. 1 second. Move some stuff out of my feet, out of the way of my feet. Music makes every set better. Um, my shoulders are a little bit fatigued today. Uh, I've got 125 pounds on here, I think. Yeah, 125 pounds. Um, I might not go heavier than that. Um, I could try, but command lines. Hey, I've got like hundreds of books in storage. The power goes out for me as long as the lights don't go out. Um, well, as long as, but then once the lights go out, then I can just sleep, do some stretching, go to bed early. But I found with the heat right now, I've been enjoying going for walks at night. Um, like on the weekends, going for a walk at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Go walk for an hour. It's you just feel free, and I'm basically walking like just like in a short muscle shirt, or even just in my shorts because it's so hot outside. So command lines. Can you elaborate on that? How how long were you? How 18 hours where you just at home and were bored, or suddenly you realized my phone's dead. I can't call to order food. I can't cook food. What do I do? Yeah, I think that would be the big thing for me if the power goes out is getting food because I cook all my food in bulk and I have it all proportioned in Tupperware containers and I'll basically just pop like I'll put it on a plate and pop it in the microwave and I have ready-made food at any time I want that I've previously cooked. Whereas I suppose I have breakfast meals which I can eat cold, as well as I make my own protein pudding. I always have Greek yogurt in the fridge. I always have I always have plenty of fruit. All right, next set. I also have a barbecue in this new place. Well, no, I'm getting a barbecue for this new place. Propane barbecue. I hate how it looks like I'm looking lopsided. Well, this is an optical illusion, so I'm not directly in front of the camera. Jesus. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, the worst would be if all the food in my fridge went bad. My diet's expensive. It's not necessarily the food's that much more expensive, but I just eat so much that plus eat a little bit of meat with every meal. I got a pretty good laptop that's got a good battery. I could pretty much play like go play whatever video games I want for a night. as long as they're not online. All right, so I'm gonna do some more overhead presses. I want to do some bench press. I want to do some lat pullovers, and I'll narrow my arms a little bit to get a little bit more chest activation, and I'll do some band work. I actually forgot one of my bands in the other room, so if I want to do a lot of band work, I will have to dip out into the other room and try to find it. Ooh. I'm going to add some weight to this thing. And first part, make sure this thing's not going to fall over on me. There we go. Now where's my... Okay. I actually should change it. I'm just going to change the angle of my camera. See if I can line it up better with the weights. That might be better. I'm not sure. I'm not good at that. I don't have an eye for a lot of aesthetics. Ouch. Interesting, isn't it? All right, so that thing's still balanced. So it's 145. Ooh, it gets hot in here. I think I'm a little bit puffy today. I don't like how I've got that. Well, that's to the right. I thought that was to the left. All right. Yep. Not feeling super strong today. But the weight went up. I'm going to go look at my stream later, check out the video, see if my face turned red there. Had my imaginary dance partner there. All right, so I think I'm going to do one more set of these and then put them away. Actually, I might just go straight to try and use this for my bench press. See how that goes. BB King, Blues. I need something faster for my next set. BB King Blues is good times, but it's a little slow. Oh, now I gotta listen to advertisements. All right. Well, ah. All right, give me another song. I'm listening to ads right now. I need some another slow one. I need something faster. There we go. This will work. All right, let's go. I just wanted something with a beat. Got a steady beat. Let's go. Oh, you know what? Oh, there we go. Now I'm going to try to set this up. I'll grab my travel bench. All right, so hopefully this thing holds up and I don't get any weight in my face. It's stuck on something. The weight is pretty low, but this is as high as it goes. I want to lift it up to get in front. Yeah, this isn't optimal. I can hear it. This is. I don't think this is actually going to support the weight I need. I can hear it creaking. Yeah, that's not good. This is going to break. It's awkward for the first lift. shit, this is awkward to put down. That's not safe. Let's get rid of this thing. This isn't gonna work, unfortunately. Yeah. Dang. Actually, yeah, that's not gonna work. I was thinking I could raise this up onto here, but I can't because it's not the right bar thickness. All right, so let's get that weight off here and switch equipment. Well, that was disappointing. I had hopes and dreams for that. Ah, jeez, Louise. What am I doing? Yeah, you came in just in time to see me goof up a little bit. Yeah, I've moved. Life is good. I have I'm in a two-bedroom apartment. I have one of the bedrooms set up for a workout room. However, I could not fit my desk due to the way the hallways line up. So I'm in the middle of trying to find just a small little desk I can set up so I can start streaming there. Right now, I'm in the living room. I have a fireplace. I have a balcony. How are you doing tonight? There we go. Right now, this is only my third stream in this apartment. And my other workouts, I didn't stream them, but I did do them in my extra room there. I can put my feet up. It's a little bit awkward. I gotta move. There. I'm a little bit puffy right now. Yeah, I've when I was moving, I ended up dropping 8 pounds from Thursday to Monday, and that's just from all the cardio, grabbing boxes, grabbing furniture, going up and down 3 flights of stairs. And since then, my appetite has been through the roof. So right now, my body wants to go back and gain those 8 pounds I lost, um, and I'm letting it. So I'm letting my appetite dictate how many calories I'm eating, but it's taking 4,000 calories a day just to make me satiated. But downside, I'm a little puffy. All right, so I'm done with this. This can leave the room. Do my magic trick and make it disappear. And now I will get my travel bench just off to the side where I have quick access to it. And I will get the good old trusty, sketchy bench press out. No, that's not very good. Let's move that even more. All right, perfect. Now let's just take these 25s off, and instead I will put on some 50s. I'm just going at my own pace right now. Happy just dance when the song makes you feel like dancing. Mostly I've just done overhead presses so far. Went up to 145 pounds. I've already benched more than this, but I want to get myself familiar with this setup again. And it's not like I don't know how to do it. I gotta keep my hands closed, lift the weights, shimmy it, get the weights back. I just want my body to remember. I just want to get one set in of light weights where I adjust the setup as necessary. Not on the center of the bar. Here we go. The center. I'll check the chat as soon as I've done this set. Oh. AMM 1998. Best way to gain serious muscle mass while staying lean? Work your ass off while minimizing your calories. You're gonna have to do like heavy lifts. Like you need hypertrophy. You need as much volume of hypertrophy as you can. So you want sets that are near to failure, and as many of those sets as you can get in a week. The more you're going to grow. You want something to grow as efficiently as possible. You have to train it 2 to 3 times a week. So if you want to get that V in your back, you got to be doing rows, pull downs, like 2-3 times a week. And whether it's 2 or whether it's 3 depends on how hard you worked out, because it's based off your recovery. Once you recover the muscle, tear it down again, like really tear it down. Recover, do it again, and then if you want to stay lean, it's just a matter of having enough calories to supply your muscle mass without gaining like 5 pounds a week. If you're gaining 5 pounds a week, you're gaining too much weight, and that's not going to be all muscle. There's going to be a significant amount of fat in there. It also depends what condition you're in when you start. Like if you're already at 80% of your peak genetic potential, you're gonna have to work harder. Like you're gonna have to push harder than you ever did before. You're gonna have to really put a lot of effort in for less results because you're already 80% of the way there. Whereas if you're just starting off, you can get a lot of results really quickly. Well, relatively quickly. Doing like 6 months, 3 months to 6 months, and see where you get. No, we are in full lockdown right now, and we have been for a while. My understanding is that the restrictions are going to ease off a little bit come Saturday, but I don't expect the gyms to open. And part of the cause is not all gyms here in Canada are equal. The gym I go to is a university gym. It's wide open. I will never be within 30 feet of anybody the whole time I'm there, and they have great ventilation. Whereas other gyms have all their machinery, all their good equipment in one spot. So that's where everybody conjugates to. It doesn't matter how much you limit the amount of people that are able to participate at once. But the gym I go to, you also have the book slots, and you get an hour-and-a-half session. So you're really focusing on making an hour-and-a-half session mean something. I'm going to add some more weight while I talk. But I'll kind of there you go. But even like realistically, the gym shouldn't be open right now. And when they do open up, I'm not going to rush right back. I'll keep watching the numbers, and I will base when I go back based off of how the numbers in my province are looking. But I'm really tired of playing the numbers game because people are getting vaccinated, so hopefully you might not even need to go into full lockdowns during the next wave. No, it's bad in Canada. We've been in lockdown for like a month now, and I'm talking pretty much full lockdown. Can't go shopping with more than one person. They limit capacity of grocery stores and everything else to 25%. You can't essentially do anything. But myself, I have an office. I work there. For the most part, I don't interact with people. Favorite lat exercise? It depends, right? I love my pull-ups. I like my weight. I like really lifting heavy weights with my back, and it's not like rows versus pull downs. So I like my pull-ups, but I prefer cable exercises because the cable exercise you can really get the full weight and squeeze and give everything you have, like 100%, and be strictly controlled the whole time, and really hit your lat. And you can tailor how, like if you're doing lats, right? Like you position the angle of your body and where you roll. If you're more back compared to if you force yourself to sit up straight, you're gonna get pinched more in your mid back. And the same with pull downs. Like you change your grip, and you get that. You really can get that squeeze. You get here, and you get that squeeze. And so for me, I like heavy cables. I like starting on a lower, like warming up with lower weights, quickly ramping up to getting to a weight that I can do 8 to 12, and then I'll sit there and I'll keep doing 10 and get as much volume in as I can until my uh, until the quality of my reps starts to go down. Once I get to the point where I can't do 8 anymore, then I will switch to another exercise because then I know I've taken my muscles are adequately fatigued and I'm going to grow. Yeah, that's well, when I get a house, I'm gonna get one of those cable machines because that's what I don't have here. Like I don't have anything where I can do decent rows. I want to do rows. I can do the standing, um, but even then, there's like you can herniate yourself um, with the amount of weights that I want to lift in a row. Particularly if you're doing like one arm rows, right? Because you counterbalance and there's um, like are very prone to herniation when they're doing like off to the side and doing the row, right? Because there's an extra hole in the leg socket where the genitals come through, and there's safer ways to go about it. But even you can get hypertrophy with less weight, but it doesn't feel as good to really just have like a full just a straight squeeze. Forget all the stabilizers in your legs and in your core to keep yourself there. Like you're doing that, but everything's tight. But you're feeling it. You're just feeling the squeeze right in your lats, and it's great. Yeah, I got I herniated my lower back 2018. That wasn't fun. Anyways, I'm gonna do my next set. Grab a drink of water. The music switched, and that's got me back in workout mode. Got a veggie. The camera's still good. The camera's still good. I'm not straight on the bench. It's annoying me. But yeah, you gotta be careful. Hernias are no joke, and often you're left with two choices: either live with it and work around whatever limitations it gives you, or get surgery. I remember watching an Athlean X video where he was discussing his hernia, and he's got one in his hip. And every so often, when he's doing certain lifts, he'll feel it poke out of the hole. And what he's described doing is he will lay on his back and he'll push his guts back through that hole back into his body. Because the fear is it goes through the hole and then it constricts and then it gets stuck. And you got this little flabby thing hanging out of your body where it shouldn't be. And whereas if it's coming in, you can just push it back out, and no harm, no foul. Not particularly. I got good elbows. When I'm maybe doing too many repetitive motions, my shoulders might click sometimes. Like they have clicked in the past, where it's like click, click. Well, I don't got that right now. Often, what will happen is if I train really hard for months and then I start to ease off, like say I have to take a week off from the gym, and by the end of the week, I might start clicking. But no, for the most part, I don't click, but I have in the past. The worst was when I I stretched the tendons in my like around my knee, and so every time I would do squats, my tendon would click, like it would slip. My tendon would slip, and it would do a click. I could feel like my leg would just like right around my knee would just be like that, right through, and then like down on the way up would do the same thing, down, up, and I had to completely. It never fully healed until I was completely away from the gym for an extended period of time for an unrelated issue. Um, since since I hurt my back, when I do leg raises, my hips will click on the way down every time. So like I'll go up, and on the way down, like because you don't just let your legs fall. You actively resist gravity on the way down, and in doing that, what's happened is because of injuries, the tendon around there has actually gotten a little bit thicker. So it's actually I've got wherever tendon is around the hips that is involved in the lift, it's actually too thick now. So it slips on the way down. Like there's nowhere for it to move, so it has to just move. And sometimes that's what happens. Like you get scar tissue, and or you just pull or partially tear a tendon, and then when it comes back, it becomes thicker. And then as you do a lift, it physically has to get pushed out of the way. What do I do for my leg work? Um, I will split it up between between times where I'm focusing more on squat type exercises and when I'm focusing more on leg press type exercises. Um, and some days I'll do both, but for the most part I'll have more like a day that's based around squatting, another day that's based more around leg press. And I find just regularly doing leg presses really increases um, like the strength that I'm building. So I'm always stronger when I'm regularly doing leg presses. Um, yeah, when I'm doing my legs, I'm focusing on hypertrophy as well. Um, sometimes I'll okay, so it's the end of the night. I want to push myself and just do maybe like just lift heavy 3 to 5. But for the most part, I'm doing squats where um, like this last I think this last March I was doing 315 pound squats for reps of 10, and I try to get as much volume of that in as I could. Um, and then since I'm at home, I cannot get that much weight on the bar. So instead, what I focused on is when I'm training at home, I will actively focus on resisting the weight and then squeezing, like not rather than like hip thrusting up, like squeezing the muscles to get up. And going slow like that, it'll take the energy out of your muscles a lot quicker. Well, I was also they have a assisted squat machine at the gym that I was getting 820 pounds, 810 pounds on my shoulders, and it turns it into a mixture of a leg press and a hip thrust. And the best part is it takes the stress off your knees. So you just push as hard as you can and thrust as hard as you can, and you like when you're standing up straight, you have all that weight on your shoulders, but it's and you go below, like below parallel, but instead of going perfectly straight down, you go down almost at an angle and then back up at an angle, and you feel like a football player when they hit those pads, like when they have the pads and they run into them, they try to push the pads down the field. It feels just like you're hitting those pads, and it's a good feeling, particularly with how nice it feels on the knees. Yeah. Um, I tend to stay away from machines with legs. A lot of leg machines take you through planes of motion that aren't functional, um, but you can really isolate like your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. Like you can isolate with machines really well. Even the leg press, like the leg press, can put a lot of stress on the knees because it's not as natural of a press. Like it's you sort of get locked in to however the frame of the machine is, and then particularly when you go from pushing to catching and then bringing it back, there's like once you get some significant weight on there, you gotta be careful. But one thing I actually found recently is with all the stretching I've been doing, when I went back to leg presses, I hadn't done leg presses because the gym was closed down. I was doing lunges, I was doing calisthenics, but I was completely away from the gym, stretching every day. I went back to the gym, and my legs almost wanted to hyperextend when I was leg pressing, just because I'm so flexible now. I had to purposely I know how bad that is, and it was like I would push, and I would push to the point where I knew I was done, but my legs felt like they could still, like they had so much more mobility on them and just flexibility that I had to train myself to leg press again because it really threw me off. I didn't have the same body mechanics that I did when last time I had done the leg press. But for me, I always prefer free weights over machines, but they have their place. All right, next set. I'm not straight on the bench anymore either. I did it again. Yeah, I was definitely not even straight there. I should have been here. I can feel the bench more on my left, like right on my bones on my left shoulder, and then like lopsided on the right. Oh, the music's been slow for like the last 5 songs. Right now, I got Drake. Hold on, we're going home. There we go. I've gotten my first vaccine. From my understanding, they want to get everybody to have their first shot, and then they're going to start getting people their second shots, starting by age and moving themselves down. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to get my second shot within the recommended time period, but I still opted just to get my first shot, and I'll get the second whenever I can. When I did get my first shot, the one thing I noticed is I lost my appetite for a little bit. I had to force myself to eat, dropped a little bit of weight, and there was nothing stopping me from eating. I would cook my food, I'd put it in front of me, I'd grab my fork, I'd eat. It would all go down, but I had no desire to eat. Even when I cooked it, it was right in front of me. I looked at it, I'm like, I don't want it, but I know I got to eat. Like that's part of my training. So I'd stick it in, and it went down like no problem, but nuked my appetite. Yeah, that's the problem. Right now, I got the Pfizer. Um, like the other one, which I can't remember the name of right now because I've got a little bit of workout brain. But for the other one, they're starting to try to recommend that to switch to mix and match the vaccines. So you got the first one, this one. We can't really get that anymore. So here, have Pfizer for your second shot. Yeah, yeah. My mother's probably talking about how she won't be getting vaccinated at least for a long time. My mother's into alternative medicines and holistic. Like my mother has been almost adopted by the Aboriginal community. She sells sweetgrass as well as like these whether the shagas mushrooms or something, and um, she's got her native name, which is Running Bear, and that's the lifestyle she wants to live right now, where she doesn't put any chemicals in her body. So, but like the stuff she is putting in her body, it's like okay. But even then, she's like she gets sick, she'll go to the hospital. But she's under the belief that she's not going to get sick because she's taking all this other stuff, and then all right. So I might only do one more set of this. I'm going to take my time. What I want to do next? I want to do some band work, maybe. Um, maybe I'll do some dips. I could do some push-ups. I don't really feel like it. So maybe I could try to see how fast I can do 100 dips, something like that, where I'll keep pushing myself, so I'll be really fatigued after. But I also want to do the pull. I want to do lat pullovers before I call it quits today. Um, I grew up in a small town, and it's nearby. Like it's nearby all the reserves. Well, not all the reserves, but it's nearby a bunch of reserves. Heavy native community out there. Where I grew up, right? I was treated quite poorly because I was white, and like growing up, you don't understand why people hate you for like who don't even know you, but you're like I was like, but because I'm white, I'm expected to just like take it, right? Like, oh, it's understandable and this and that, and it's like, yeah, well, when uh, when 12 guys try to cut you up with beer bottles just because of the color of your skin, that's not so. But it was an interesting experience, right? Because like I saw a lot of my friends' lives fall apart in real time, where like we went to school together from like grade two to grade like well until we graduated high school, except right around like grade 10, like the accumulation of family problems would break my friends, and then suddenly it's like you don't recognize them anymore, and like suddenly they're into like a lot of drugs, and they're following the example of something like the like it's hard to see, and it's like I don't know. I but it's like for me, I was like I grew up with my mother, my sister, and myself. Whereas my friends, they were growing up in a house with like their mother was having like 12 kids with like eight different dads, and like when you're kids, everyone's just kids, and but then you just get invited to their place, and you don't, and then you suddenly it's an eye opener. It's like wow, this is yeah, it's I have a couple of people in particular that I'm thinking of where like this one guy, like I invited him over to my farm, and him and like he spent more time at my place than he did at his own. And then once we hit high school, um, I grew up in a very small town that was 50 minutes away from the town that the high school is in a different town where they put everybody in like a 50-kilometer radius into this one school. So once high school hit, everyone spent more time in that town, less time away from the town that I actually lived in. So he spent more time there with his like peers who fit more into the same um, I don't know lifestyle or life experience categories as him, and and then things change very rapidly where you watch somebody like you watch people that you like get hooked like become uh, alcoholic, start getting into fights, losing teeth. It's or even just trying to pick fights with you all of a sudden because like or like join the gangs, the same gangs that would like if they catch you, they're like if they caught me, they'd like caught me alone in the bathroom, they'd try to intimidate me, and if I don't like bow my head or whatever and get out of there, then I've got a fight on my hands. And then watching, so suddenly this person that we were friends suddenly like to get their social standing, they've got to like tear me down, and meanwhile I'm just like like buddy, what's going on? What's going on? But at the same time, everybody's got their own problems, and I'm not like I had my own problems, and I wasn't prepared to, and I wasn't prepared to really drag him out of. Hey there, Echelon, how's it going? I got one more set of bench press to do, and then I'm gonna see what I feel like doing next. Maybe some band work. I want to do some pullovers, some dips. I get a wedgie. Ah, but yeah. So now my mother is she's been essentially adopted into these Aboriginal communities, and for a lot of these reserves, she is their money line, right? Like she creates a lot of revenue for these reserves because they will put together the sweetgrass and she will sell it. And so she will walk through these reserves with like sometimes like $30,000 on hand, and it like, and there's a lot of crime there as well, but she is protected by the community where um, like but like there's a lot of problems in these reserves. Like you can't imagine how expensive the food is there, right? Like to get good quality food, it's like I couldn't afford to live up there, and like the food that they can get is just it's just high in calorie and it's not very good for you, and it's and and so leads to a bunch of health problems, leads to obesity, which leads to more health problems, and it's and there's no commerce up there. Oh, 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 did it go blurry there? Dang. There I go. All right. So I'm gonna put this away. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. How are you doing tonight, Estelon? Oh, I almost dropped it. I don't have a good grip on it. Oh. Whew. I was like grabbing 50 pounds with just the tips of my fingers. And normally I have a lip to hold on to, but I didn't. I missed the lip. Actually, I'm not going to put this away just yet. I'm going to turn this around, and I am going to use this for my band work. Now, how do I want to do this? I got to figure out a good setup. Maybe if I take the weight out here, and I could pull. No, that's not good enough. Oops. I can take the band. Ouch. Here, push, push. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab another band. Be back in 10 seconds. 10, Found it. All right. Now let's get some weight on this thing so that it's not falling all over the place. There, that should work. Except, here it is. Let's get that pretty face in there. Oh, stepping on things. It's so round when I do that. Mitch. Yeah, you can feel it, but I've never quite looked at it from this angle before. Oh, it burns. That's good. Right now, I'm aiming to squeeze until it burns, and then keep going. All right. I'm just imagining if this thing were to snap and I'd shoot the band right at the computer. All right, that's enough of that one. Now I will aim for separation. Let's get the, I think my camera's gone blurry. Even when the camera goes blurry, I can still see the striations in my chest. Damn camera. My water was around my feet, so I ended up kicking it away, and now I don't know where it went. I'll just grab another one. I've actually lost my regular water bottle. I'm gonna have to try to find it. In the meantime, I bought some bottled water. Now I'll see if I can do this without it going out of focus. This is, that was almost like you get the guys doing the towels, like making towel dances. Yeah. This is my new place. Yeah, I got a fireplace behind me. Right now, I'm working out in my living room. I have a workout room. Unfortunately, it's turned out to be a lot smaller than I hoped once I started getting all the weights in there and the equipment in there. And my desk doesn't fit through the hallway and then the door. So before I can stream in there, I'm going to have to purchase just a small desk. I was looking to get something this weekend. I was going to get something used that fit everything I needed, but the person ended up selling to somebody else right before me. So But music makes everything better. It just gives me the energy I need to work out, and at the same time, I'm not able to listen to music anymore without just moving my body. I did that between songs, so there's no actual music when I did that. Walid Rush, how's it going? The last exercise I was doing, I could really see my chest pop out. Right now I'm focusing on the separation. Then I'm probably gonna do some dips, then some pullovers. This actually hurts the hands a little bit. Because I'm trying to grab as high as I can to get as much resistance. See, like here, as soon as I start to cross my hands, you can see my chest really activating. My chest was mostly through chest exercises on the cable machine. I have a easy time putting a lot of volume in on those, particularly since I've developed my shoulders quite well over the years. I'm smelling smoke. One second, I'm smelling. I think my neighbors burnt their food. Hey there. Yeah, like I smell smoke from the door to here. I walk over here, there's no more smoke. So I think my neighbors burnt their food. All right, so I'll read the chat here. These resistance bands, this is my home workout to do the best I can because I don't have access to cables at home, but I can get a nice squeeze just with the bands. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's the smell of my own flesh. No, I just smelled a little BO there. I don't like sweating. I got really distracted there for a bit. Yeah, if your shoulders are messed up, it'll mess up pretty much every arm workout you're gonna do, and a lot of compound lifts. You wanna push anything? Well, you need healthy shoulders. You wanna pull anything? Well, you need to stabilize your shoulders. So if you gotta take time off, that's what you gotta do. Especially if the alternative is to risk injury, it's not worth it. Yeah. It's just if your shoulder injuries are caused by overuse, then maybe rotator cuff exercises may not be on the table, might not be in the cards. Whereas On the other hand, a lot of rotator cuff exercises are mostly just moving the rotator cuffs through their planes of motions. All right, let's do some dips, chair dips, and then I'll do some regular dips. Yeah, because one thing to consider, your rotator cuffs don't heal as fast as, say, your bicep does. You can really tell my farmer's tan when I'm doing these. A lot of my farmers, like my left arm in particular, I got farmer's tan mostly by driving around the city all weekend with my arm out my window. Squats, Romanian deadlifts, push-ups, and some arms. Yeah. Just be careful you're not buckling when you're doing any of that stuff. Because like often rotator cuff injury is just you're doing something and you buckle to get the weight up, and that's all it takes is you're pushing and you do that, and you grind the joint, and bad things happen. It's not normal, but sometimes, like especially as you're learning the exercises, if you don't have perfect form, you're likely to just twinge it every once in a while. Focus on form, and it's good that you understand like rotator cuff pain. Walk away from that, right? Like if your bicep is like if you got muscle soreness, right? That can be painful, but like that's the dream, right? I want to get delayed onset muscle soreness the next day or 2 days later. Whereas as soon as there's pain in the joint, it's like you're done, right? Like I did one lift and maybe I really struggled. Like today I was doing my overhead presses and I wasn't feeling necessarily strong today. I had 145 pounds over my head and I really like pushing at the end, right? But I'm pushing. If I start doing this to get the weight up, like I like it puts yourself in a position where you can be injury prone. Even for myself, I like to struggle too. So I will push through, but I've also developed my rotator cuffs, so I've got a lot of protection. Like I've got a lot of protection in the area, strong joints, a lot of stabilizers around the joints for me are very strong, and it's like an extra safety guard against something like a rotator cuff injury. The same thing with like one injury that's very common with a lot of men is you lift wide. Well, you can tear a lot of men end up tearing their tendons around their pec, and the best way to prevent that is really just build up all the stabilizers, build up all the muscles around there without pushing yourself beyond what your limit is, and it takes a long time to build up the smaller muscles around there as opposed to the big muscles, which will develop first, and if you let them, the big muscles can pull the tendons right off the bone. It develops over time by lifting properly, doing compound lifts, a lot of stabilization when you're doing the lifts as well. One thing you gotta like, some people when they do a lot of machine lifts, then they go to do a compound lift, and sometimes that can cause problems because a lot of the machine lifts take the stabilizers out of the equation, and you can train your stabilizers just like everything else. It just takes a lot longer for them to grow. It might take years to get the same level of development in some of your stabilizers as opposed to like just your chest. For my shoulders, I've built up a lot of resistance by doing controlled cable flies. I find it very easy to put a lot of volume in my chest, but at the same time, I'm coming back here, I'm stabilizing, and you need strong shoulders to do that. And I didn't start just from like the heavy weights and just going, right? I did progression, like baby steps, and like one thing that you got to watch out for, especially cables. The one way I see people hurt themselves the most on the cables is they do their set and then they relax. Ow! I punched my bench press there. Just I went whack. But you'll see people they'll do their set whatever angle they're going at. You can sort of change angles to switch the variation, but after they're done, they will let go and the weight will jolt them. And that jolt is very, very destructive on the shoulders. I wince every time I see that. Stretching may or may not be what is required. But one thing you'll never go wrong with is just moving the joint through its through its range of motion and stopping before you feel any restrictions. So if it hurts to do this, don't go up all the way, right? So if you get to here without pain, stop here. Or if you get to here without pain, stop here. As opposed to if you've got healthy shoulders, good posture, you don't have imbalance in your muscles, you can get a lot of range, you can get proper range of motion. But if you're injured or something's sore, it might be tightening itself. So if you can't get to here, don't worry about it. Stop, like just move where you can. Just let your body know, like move around. Okay. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just all right. Where'd my band go? Oh, here it is. Ooh. No problem. That's always good to hear. When people are making progress. And if I can help you avoid some of the pitfalls that a lot of people fall into, it's the hair in my left. Yeah, because like benching, right? You're pushing, and it's not just the triceps. Your shoulders are actually doing this. So when you bench, you don't take the weight up to here. This is an awkward plane for the shoulder. When you press, your shoulder comes up, and you're pushing not in one plane either. Your shoulder comes up to the point where the weight is going to be directly stacked over top of your shoulder at the top of your lift, and then you can just hold the weight here. So this is where you're going to come holding the weight. Come down, you gotta make room for your shoulder, like You gotta make room for the weight. If you try to come here, you're gonna be like, what's going on? I don't like this. This is, and you do one push where you struggle and you buckle, or you can put a lot of stress through the shoulder joint. But a lot of people, particularly when it comes to their careers, their jobs, a lot of jobs are very repetitive on the shoulders. So if you're on a job site and you're like sanding something all day, right? This is a lot of work for the shoulder nonstop. And to the point where you get people that break that, like they break down their bone, like they got their joints rubbing against each other. They break down their joint, they break down their bone, and you can never really get that back. Yeah, and so that's for the joints, right? Whereas a lot of injuries for muscles, um, one of the best ways to speed up your recovery is to get more blood through that area, right? So if you got like I find flies will cure everything. Like if I've got like a little bit of a sore back, if I start doing flies, I have to stabilize. I'm opening up and closing, and I'm getting like not a lot of like I'm not actively exercising my back, but I'm getting a little bit of blood flow through my entire upper body, and the same thing with my legs. If I do a really heavy leg workout, the next 2 days I'm going to spend 5-10 minutes on the bike, not pedaling hard, not actually exercising, just casually going, have a little bit of resistance so your legs aren't falling, but just to pump some blood through the legs and getting that blood pumping through the legs. That will prevent you from getting sore and help you recover a little bit faster. Likewise, that's why it's never a bad idea to bike home from the gym. If you can bike to the gym, work out, and bike back, that's great. The act of biking from the gym to your home, that's going to do wonders for your recovery process. All right, so I'm going to do one more set of these flies. Then I'm going to do my dips on my parallel bars, then my pullovers, and then that'll be well, that's good. It's got to be fun. You gotta enjoy it. And it's good. It's good that it's challenging, right? Because when you're having fun, sometimes you can really push yourself, and sometimes, like a lot of muscle growth comes down to just really just it's difficult, and you push yourself, and you get the corresponding results. And the more muscle you build, the harder you have to push yourself, the harder you have to actually try to build more muscle. That's why people will increase their weight over time, because it takes more and more weight sometimes, or more reps, to get to hypertrophy. Oh, there we go. finally have a song that has a beat to it. Get Lucky by Pharrell Williams and Nile Rodgers. Lamber Lynn. You should go, you need reps at least near failure. And my opinion, not enough people count time under tension as opposed to reps. Reps don't matter as much if you don't have enough weight to really push yourself. But understanding the weight you're lifting and the amount of reps you're able to do is a good way to measure your progress. I'm enjoying this song. I just finished doing my last flies and it came on just in time for me to enjoy the whole song and give it a good dance. But hypertrophy is the building block of muscle growth. It's a stimulus that tells your muscle to grow. If you don't have hypertrophy, your muscles don't grow any bigger. And then, so I'm going to turn off my music now so I can hear myself think. So the more volume of hypertrophy that you can get in, the more your muscles are going to grow. But if you go less reps, higher weight, what you're training first and foremost is your nervous system, which is traditionally what people think of when they think of training for strength, like strength training versus bodybuilding. Like you want to build muscle, or you want to build strength. If you build, like as you build strength, your muscles are going to grow, and as you build muscles, you're going to get stronger. Hope that answers your question. I sort of got lost on my own answer there for a bit, so if I rambled on a little bit, let me know and I can rephrase anything. Or all right, so what I'm going to do now, I am going to do dips. I don't really have room to do them right now. Let's just try here. Put that out of the way. Where'd my bands go? There's my band. If I come here, no, I gotta put my head. Oh. So I like using bands for the extra. Like I always used to do my dips holding the weights with my ankles, but having bands is so much nicer because you can really feel the squeeze at the top. Easy peasy. I'm gonna turn my music back on. Oh, it's hot in here now. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Dang. My nails are too long. Dang. There goes my camera. Oh, frustrating. No, I didn't breathe. I wonder if I just sat here and paused, if anyone would think the stream froze. I'll be like, nah. I can, oh, thanks for the follow, X, Mysterioso X. There we go. There's my camera back in focus. Let's do another set of these dips. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate everybody who comes and joins me on my workouts. You guys make you make my home workouts a lot more enjoyable for me. When I first started training, I did my workouts all at home. As soon as I started going to the gym, working out at home never cut it for me anymore. It's just really hard to stay motivated just because it's not as good. But with streaming, I found my mojo when it comes to my home workouts again. And I never expected to enjoy it as much as I do. All right, let's go. Next set. So I think I'm gonna do one more set of dips. Then I'm going to do my pullovers. I gotta make more room around here, get my bench press out of the way. Let's see if I can switch to another song. Well, I'm looking forward to when I'm done my stream. I'm gonna go take a cold shower. I've just been heating up in here, and I think a cold shower is what the doctor ordered. All right, so right now I'm gonna start moving around my weights. Potato Aim Gaming 99. Push-ups. I'm actually not sure. I don't even think I'd be able to give it a good shot right now. I've fatigued my shoulders quite a bit, but I can tell you, like the one thing I'd be confident on is I would do good quality push-ups. It's actually been it's been a while since I've actively focused on push-ups. You know that Bring Sally Up, Bring Sally Down challenge? There's a song that goes, bring Sally up, bring Sally down, bring Sally up, bring Sally down. And every time they say, bring Sally up, you do a push-up. Every time they say, bring Sally down, you go down. And you have to hold until it says, bring Sally up again. You can't just relax and lay on the ground. You gotta hold yourself. And it's like 3.5 minutes of pure torture. And I have completed that song before with push-ups, and it was pure torture. I tried doing it with pull-ups, and that was 10 times harder. And I'm a lot better at pull-ups than I am at push-ups. But I actually trained a little bit. Back when the pandemic first hit, I did a lot of calisthenics. I was doing more push-ups. I was doing lunges. I was doing more body weight exercises. I would go to playgrounds in the evening, and I'd do a whole calisthenic routine, doing pull-ups, muscle-ups, jumping between the bars. And I actually trained for doing that Bring Sally Up, Bring Sally Down challenge. And it was a lot of fun. Good job. 200, like right now, I don't know how much I weigh, but a week and a half ago, I weighed 190 pounds. Then I lost 8 pounds from moving. I was doing cardio 14 hours a day, moving boxes and furniture up and down 3 flights of stairs, and then cleaning. And so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I dropped 8 pounds. And then since then, my appetite's been through the roof. It's been taking 4,000 calories a day just to make myself satiated. And I'm going to go back up to that 190 pounds. I'm probably only like 187 right now at most. But 270 pounds doing sets of 9, that's pretty good. Thanks for the follow. Push-ups are great because there's a lot of progressions that you can do, right? And you can always make the exercises harder on yourself, right? Where you can stay on your knees, right? And you can change sort of, if you come in, you can come up a little bit more on top. I don't want to hit my head on anything. Come more on top. Get more of the shoulder involved. Look where you stand up. right to the progression of handstand push-ups. You can make the exercise hard on yourself. You can do some like trick stuff, like one-arm push-ups, or when you take your hands out in front of your body more. And the further you go, the harder it gets. Ooh. But that you have to stabilize all the way down through your lower back. I'm just having fun now. Oh, thank you. So I'm going to do one more set of dips, and then I'm going to do some pullovers. How long have you been actively doing push-ups? Well, chair dips are probably the best home tricep workout you can do. And before I do these dips, I'll show you what I mean. I'm just grabbing my bench. And it doesn't really matter what body weight you are, because you can use your legs to carry some of your weight. So for myself, you can have your legs right underneath you and supporting your weight as you come down, or you can have them coming up in front of you, and you can focus on really squeezing your triceps on the way up, keeping your body more vertical. And like you're all, like people like our lifestyles pretty much dictate that we have to sit down more than we're biologically predisposed to, and that causes a lot of issues, lower back issues, just a lot of health issues in general. But it's very easy. You're sitting down. Everyone should be focusing more on good posture, but you just slide off. You do a quick 20. You can use your own body weight, and when you're using your own body weight, focus on squeezing your way up, and then squeezing at the top. And so right now, I'm supporting myself with my legs, but I'm still getting a squeeze. And then you can add more weight. So even now, I got my legs in front of me, but I'm still supporting it. And you can take your weight completely out. There's progressions. That's why calisthenics is so great. There's always progressions. And for pull-ups, if you can't do a pull-up, what you can do is you can focus on the negatives. Where what you do is you don't go on a bar that's super high, but you jump up and then try to resist on the way down. Jump up, resist on the way down, and you'll build a lot of strength really quickly that way, as opposed like even quicker than just doing the regular pull-ups. Like if you focus on the negatives, you're gonna build a lot of strength really quickly. Yeah, and that's great for the triceps. The chair dips feel just like the cable extensions, cable tricep extensions. And you can just keep going until you get that burn, and you can really go to failure that way. And it's a nice targeted exercise. Whereas having a setup where you can jump up and resist your weight on the way down for a pull-up is a little bit more tricky. Anyways, I was going to do my dips. I'm going to grab my resistance band. Yeah, glad to help. I am a little too close to the wall. I'm going to have to change the camera. Cool. It's hot in here. Whew. I don't like sweating when I work out. I like great ventilation and air conditioning. That's what I like. Um, I try to. I don't necessarily stream all my workouts, but I've just finished moving, and I still haven't got myself completely set up yet. I have a workout room, but I couldn't get my desk in the workout room. I'm wasting my oxygen on talking. You need oxygen in your muscles to lift. Oh, gas a little bit too early there, but it's all good. Um, I have a workout room now in my new place, but I couldn't fit my desk in there, so I got to buy just a small desk that I can sit there, set my laptop up, set the camera. It also hasn't turned out as big as I thought it was as soon as I started getting all my equipment in there. Um, so I'm still working things out. This has been my third stream since I've moved, but I'll be streaming. Always looking to make a little bit of progress, and I enjoy. For me, the gym has always been like half my social life, where I go to the same time every day, become one of the regulars. I have people that I knew for years, um, and streaming has sort of brought that social life back to my home workouts. Yeah, the other half of my social life has always been partner dancing. I started I started lifting weights about 9 years ago, maybe closer to 10 by now, and maybe about 6 months after I started lifting weights, I started doing partner dancing. I started with swing dancing, then I went to blues. I did West Coast. I did the Latin dances, salsa, bachata. Did a bunch of the ballroom dances, bunch of miscellaneous dances in between, like nightclub two-step, some country dances, as well as kazumba. And I will never be able to live my life without music and without dancing anymore. It's been embedded in me. Plus, music makes every workout better. All right, so I finished my dips. Now I want to get myself set up for my last exercise. And to do that, I'm going to have to move some stuff because I need to move my bench press out of the way. Get that out of the way. So I got to get the weights off it. All right. So now I'm going to get this guy out of the way. Actually, I'm going to get my bench back in again. And I will move this guy. And now I'm going to set myself up a dumbbell. Oh, there goes my camera. All right. Thanks for coming by. Hope I was able to help. I'm everything fitness, nutrition, different philosophies around strength training, bodybuilding. It all interests me, so that's what I spend my free time looking up. And there's a lot better information out there now than there was when I first started training. But there's still a lot of garbage out there. All right, so I gotta put together a dumbbell. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get the weight here. I get a 25 pounder. All right. I'm just putting together a dumbbell. This is the Castle of home workouts. All right. Not good enough. That's not, that'd be better. I'm trying to find a new camera angle for this. I had a good camera angle at my old place. This will almost do. Let's see if I can go a little bit further back. And maybe go this way a little bit. There we go. This should work. You got oh, how much weight? I got 65-pound dumbbell to start. Thanks for the follow. DWB Chase. I think I read that right. I'm going to do my flat pullovers now. Try not to stick myself with the threaded ends. I gotta tap around my feet, get out of the way. This exercise is a good strength building slash gut buster exercise. Whew. All right, let's add some more weight to that. So I got, how much do I want to go to? I'm thinking here. I have workout brain. I've been going for 2.5 hours, and my brain is starting to get a little bit sluggish. I can't math right now. So I got 40 plus 25, 65. If I put 25 pounds onto that, 65, 70, 90. All right, so I'm going to put 25 pounds on here, go to 90, and then I'm probably going to take off 25 pounds and put on 35 pounds to go to 100. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 90 pounds, and then I'll go, to I think that's the plan. No, come on, get on there. Taco Tuesday. Hey there, Jamal's 8. I had tacos not too long ago, maybe 2 months ago. From January until, I guess that was just March I had it. So from January to March, I cooked all my own food. I didn't eat out. I just I prepared all my own food, and then I finally had, yeah, it was the same day I got vaccinated. I think I got vaccinated on March 15th, and I was feeling down. I ended up having 6 soft tacos, 3 chili cheese burritos, a big crunch sandwich spicy, and 2 steak burritos. And I ate that all in one sitting. Yeah. I switched up my diet in January. I started eating more fun type foods. So I was making more breakfast with lots of egg whites, lots of vegetables, or lots of fruit. Um, uh, I started making my own protein bars. I started making protein pudding, um, and then just plenty of vegetables, plenty of meat with every meal. And I've just been focusing on more filling, low-calorie foods. Yeah, I ate all that, and it was gone in like 10 minutes. So like 10 minutes, well maybe not. I wasn't timing myself, but I just kept like I just ate until it was good until it wasn't, and I got it all down, and then I suffered for it a little bit afterwards. That was but I still got an iron stomach, so I didn't really suffer that much. It was just I just had I was just queasy for the rest of the day. But I remember when I was bulking, I was eating 5,000 calories a day, and I would have a cheat meal, like a real cheat meal, once every like 6 months, and I would go to McDonald's and I would have as many burgers as I could have, and just start or my favorite was Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen has my favorite burgers, and I would pound down as many as I could, and it was I did that once every 6 months. All right, this isn't. Let's get that on there. Safety first. Next set. 50, 90-pound dumbbell right now. Tips: drink. If you're drink more water. Better yet, drink only water. Um, you can drink water before every meal. It'll help you. It'll help prevent you from eating until you're full, and you'll be more likely to eat until you're just not hungry anymore. And then it comes down to just eat more high-filling, low-calorie foods, and you can be in a calorie deficit. You can reduce your calories without suffering because your stomach will be full. Right? If you have a lot of volume in your stomach, it doesn't matter if it's not very filling. Right? It doesn't matter that it's not very high in calories. Like I like doing a diet where whenever you're hungry, you eat. Just don't overeat. And then move your body more. Find a form of cardio that you like and get as good at that cardio as you can. Oh, oh. Whew. I was sweating into my eyes there. I just like their I just like Dairy Queen's just traditional burger. And in Winnipeg, in like even in general, it's really hard to find a Dairy Queen that sells burgers now. They've more or less switched to just being their ice cream desserts. H half no. What does tris mean? Is that something from Dairy Queen? Well, oh, oh, tries. Yeah, like, whoosh. I've been lifting weights for 2.5 hours. I'm starting to have. workout brain where my brain is a little bit sluggish. But Echelon, earlier I was mentioning that I would have a cheat meal for once every 6 months where I would absolutely pig out. Well, that's not exactly true. Like I would pig out, but I would have a cheat meal once every 3 weeks. But I wouldn't pig out. I would just have pasta. So I would just have a regular pasta meal at midnight at a bar where I can get a full restaurant meal, um, and I'd have it once every 3 weeks. I would tip like 150% of the whole meal, just because that's the only time I went out and really enjoyed myself like that. And I was happy. I was at the bar. I'd be chatting with the guy next to me who was drinking, and and the thing is I just had so much positive energy in me because I was so happy to be there. I was like I earned this. I trained really hard, and I'm so excited to eat this pasta. Yeah. So I've earned my rest between sets, and I'm going to take it right now. Oh, I got a nice slow blues song. Just need someone to dance chest to chest right now. Oh, it's so hot in here. Once I'm done the stream, I'm gonna have a nice cold shower. I'm gonna. Oh, yeah. Sometimes, like cold showers, I don't know. I'm not a fan of them most cases, but every so often it's just what the doctor ordered. All right. So I'm trying to decide right now whether I want to do another 90-pound dumbbell pullover, or if I want to go up to 100. I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do another 90. I'm actually gonna get my fan on me. My fan is not blowing up anymore because I moved. Just turn it a little bit. Oh, that's much better. All right, next set. Let's do this. All right, my dumbbell. Tighten it up so I don't drop it on my face, and make sure I'm in the. That could be better. I'm not. I'm just gonna move my chair. Good enough. There's a process to getting the weight up and to getting it off me without dropping the bloody thing. Oh, I'm sweating. Feels good though. I'm gonna I'm gonna increase the weight from not from 90. I wonder if I can. Okay, so if I put on 50 pounds right now, I've got 40, I go to 90, plus 25, I'd be 115. I might, thank you. You need healthy shoulders to do these. Maybe I don't know if I'm necessarily up to 115 pounds right now. I'm either going to go to 100 or 115. It's just I want to do a set of 10 reps, and if I go to 115, I might end up gassing at like 4. Let's see it. Let's just go up to 115. First, let's see if I can even get the weight on there. I've never actually put the 50 pound on like this. Okay, good. It fits. Oh, this isn't optimal. I've never actually done it with the 50 plates. I've always done a variation of 25s and 35s to get the weight that I want. And my 50-pound plates are a little bit wider in diameter, and so I might have to flare my arms out too much. We'll see. If I have to, I will just abandon and lower the weight. Actually, I could have just put on 225 instead of 150. Whatever. Let me catch my breath. I'm perfectly happy to take breaks when I've earned them. Yeah, the music is seeming to wind down into like more groovy, slow dance type songs. Oh. I'm out of water too. So I would like to do another two sets. Yeah. So I started off with military presses. So I did my overhead presses. Then I did bench. I did a bunch of cable work. I did dips. I actually don't think I focused enough on my shoulders. I did the military presses and I sort of forgot about them. I actually brought out some weights for shoulder isolation, and then I forgot to do them. Oh, man, once I started doing the checklist of everything I did, I just didn't even realize I was. But time's a passing. I'll give myself another 30 seconds. Do my next set. This one's going to be difficult. If it doesn't work, I'm very quickly just going to take the weight off, take the 50 pound off, put on a 35 pound instead, and do a 100 pound dumbbell. All right. Here I go. Let's make sure maybe I could take it over this way. All right, let's go. Oh, I feel like a badass with all this weight. Like, even though it looks bulky. It's not even how much it weighs, just how it looks. Oh, 150 pounds. Oh. No. Oh. Yep, I called it. 4 reps. Oh. I'm not done yet, though. I'm going to turn that into a drop set. That was, I'm not tired. It was just a lot of weight. So, I want to add on 35. I want to go to 100 pounds. I don't want to take off 50 pounds just like that. I go from there, take off 50 pounds, won't even feel it. And I want to do another set before my heart rate goes back down. Hey there, BG, how's it going? All right. I like having a 25 pound on the bottom because it's got handles that I can stick my hands into and get a little bit of extra grip. So this is 100 pounds. All right. I got myself with a little bit impatient getting the weight off me. Let's take off 30, 20 pounds. Let's go again. I caught myself with the threaded ends on that one. I'm gonna crab my hamstring. Okay. Yeah, unwinded too hard is a thing. I'm sweating to my eyes. I think that was my last set, you guys. Oh, go off on a high note. Let's see if there's anyone online that I know. Nope. So I will. Oh, my hands are shaking. I'm like, to type is oh. The more you widen your arms, the more you relax. The more you keep your hands in, you'll do a little bit of chest. It's a great shoulder exercise as long as you're strong enough to protect your shoulders. Not enough people do enough straight arm exercises. Thanks for the follow, Lizzie Lone Wolf. Oh yeah, like it's one thing to hold weight in front of you. As soon as you take the lever arm out, it's the force downwards times the length away from the joint. Oh, thank you. I'm proud of myself. Give myself a pat on the back. Well, everybody starts from more or less the same place. And for myself, I enjoy the process. I have done this long enough that I know what are realistic expectations for myself. And since January, I've really been like I've been making progress, streaming my workouts, and I've been enjoying having you guys here with me along the way. You guys keep me motivated, and being motivated and showing up is like 80% of it. Like maybe 75, but whatever. The rest is like you play around with little variables. Sometimes people get lost in the semantics that don't really matter, but you pick something that you enjoy that you can keep coming back to every day, and it comes down to consistency. However you consistently live your life is the will give you the end result. Yeah, I feel like dancing for one more song. I'm gonna. I want something that's got a little bit of a beat to it. Music makes every workout better. I miss I miss social dancing. Before the world shut down, I was doing partner dancing like 3 times a week, and it's like there's a big hole that I'm missing. For me, I'm interested in the leading aspect of dance, and I learned how to follow so I could lead better. And who knows when that will be back on the table. Yeah. I started with swing dancing, then I went to blues, then West Coast, then I picked up the Latin dances at the same time as the ballroom dances. So like salsa, bachata, at the same time. Like there's a variety of like different waltz and this and that. And then I picked up some miscellaneous dances, like nightclub two-step, kazumba. My favorite two dances would be West Coast swing and blues, where blues is typically chest to chest, a lot of pulsing music. I have a imaginary partner that I dance with sometimes. Yeah, I we are in full lockdown right now, and even when we're not, it's going to be a long time before things really open up. Aside from dances that people are able to do, say social distance, such as burlesque, um, whereas partner dancing, you're sharing your intimate space with somebody. And when I like before I first started dancing, I took it on a whim. I graduated university as an engineer. I was trying to better myself. I was trying to become a professional. I started lifting weights. I was taking Taekwondo. I got myself ranked 7th in my province for badminton. I was taking cooking classes. And then I'm like, hey, I want to learn how to dance. And in my mind, I was thinking suit and tie, very formal, ballroom type dancing. But I didn't know where to go. But when I was in university, I knew people who were in the swing dancing club. So I Googled it, and it's like, oh, there is a free lesson from 7 to 8 on Saturdays, and then an open dance floor from 9 till midnight. That's in 3 hours. Okay, I'll go. I took the class, and then I went and I hid in the deepest, darkest corner I could find. And at the time, there was a woman named Amelia who, what she would do is she would make sure she danced with all the new guys. And so she got me, dragged me on the dance floor, and the rest was history. I remember when I started, I had this really big personal space bubble. That I've had for my entire life. And then, like a year later, like I have no personal space bubble anymore. Like even with COVID, I'm aware where people are. I'm aware of keeping my distance. But really, if I'm like I'd be just as comfortable being chest to chest with somebody. Meanwhile, in a space that's like this big, when you're dancing blues, it's more pulsy and more stationary, and you're always aware of who's around you. You can get like 10 people dancing in a square like this, and so like you're almost shoulder to shoulder. And there's a lot of stuff you can do where you lead it on your follow, and you're always super aware of the spaces around you, but perfectly comfortable. Hey, how's it going? I'll flex for you. No, I'm just fooling around. Yeah, you caught me at the end there. I was just lifting really heavy. I pretty much gassed myself out with with everything I got, but I'll do one more set for you here. I started talking about partner dancing, and Uchida is a pole dance streamer, and there was also a time where I got into pole dancing. I was also part of a circus group at one point in time. I was the bass who like held the guys over my head. Had a lot of fun, and I got mad respect for the art and the craft that goes into pole dancing. So I'm gonna go back to 115 pounds. I'm gonna do overhead pullovers. Let me just get where's my 50-pound plate go? So I'm probably only gonna do a set of 4, but this one's for you. Let's just make sure I'm in the stream. Nope, come back a little more. That should be good. So this is 115 pounds. Let's go. I'm gassed. Woo! Oh, I'm done. Didn't make 4, but I did my best. Oh. I've been going for almost 3 hours now. I'm gonna finish with the song. Oh, I got an ad. Yeah, one thing about streaming is I can physically see my progress in my body over time. I can see the muscle development as I go, and I've seen quite a bit of progress since January when I started streaming. I gotta get these things around my feet here. And I think my camera's starting to go blur there. I can never live my life without music anymore. All right, thanks for coming by. my computer filters out the songs. I gotta follow from. I'm gonna butcher that if I try to pronounce it. Quzhu Han Sheng. But if okay, so she's not on yet. All right, my camera's decided it's gonna play games with me right now. Oh, when I joined the circus group, I was like 29 years old, and I was with everyone else there was like 22 max. So I'm talking like 18 to 22-year-olds who were in Cirque du Soleil and actual professionals, and they just accepted me in, and they were teaching me all this crazy stuff. And I've never been in a more supportive group, to the point where it was borderline cheesy, where with the encouragement that they gave each other. But it was an amazing experience doing stuff with silk hanging from the ceiling, with what are they called? No, they're not cables. They're like the straps from the ceiling. I've got workout brain, you guys. The rings, and doing a lot of, like, the first time I went there, they're like, okay, how much you bench? And it's like, I can do this comfortably. And by the end of the very first time I was there, I had guys over my head, hands to hand, doing handstands, and I'm just thinking in my brain, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I just couldn't believe what was going on. I was like, this is amazing. But I make a very good base because I lock my shoulders in, they don't move. I've got really strong stabilizers. I've never really done acro yoga. In the dance scene, there's a lot of people I know who do acro yoga, and it's really, I've had some very interesting experiences where I've been doing partner dancing right here, and right beside me, there's two people doing acro yoga, just spinning each other, and like it's just good times. Oh, but yeah. So this circus group, it was every weekend, and it would be 45 minutes of the most intense workouts I've ever done. Like, they were intense, and then you do all your wrist stretching, and then you're like doing all these like different things every day. The silks were fun. Um, I learned how to do certain things like the cartwheels with no hands. I learned how to fall. I got taught properly, and unfortunately, I don't remember a lot of it properly. Like, it's not ingrained in my body anymore. But it was good times. Anyways, Lizzie Lone Wolf, I'm glad to you've been able to catch my stream. I enjoyed talking with you, but I've got to start getting ready for bed, and I got to shower because I am heatbox. But I'm going to shut down my music and find somebody to stream here. Fitness and health. All right, I'll send you to the top here, or maybe I'll see if there's anyone who's. Oh, there I am. No, it's not. These ones aren't in English. Yeah, I'll send you this guy. All right. So, raid here, send the love, doesn't cost me anything, and a nice way to make someone's night. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. And until next time.